am I? How did I get here? I can't remember a thing. Ah! Jings! Is that... No, it can't be. It is. It's her. Fresh from the pages of the Ogler's Digest, and large as life. I haven't the first clue what's going on around these parts, but I reckon I could do worse than ask a lassie here. Well, Rab, what are you waiting for? She'll no hang around forever while you pluck up what little courage you have left. Yoo-hoo! Have you a moment to spare for a sweet, harmless old man, Hen? Hey? What just happened?
Come on!
This can't be. But it is. It's Dundrasil, just as it once was.
Looking sharp, Your Majesty.
Ah, my old robes. But how? What in the world's going on? Would you care to enlighten me, lassie?
Walk this way.
My bunny-eared pal headed off in a direction of the North Throne Room, assuming this is the real Dungeons Castle, that is. Well, that's a good place as any to head for, I suppose. I'll see what the folks on the way have to say for themselves. Well, what a change in a strange twist in events. Alright, so it's the Throne Room. That's just straight ahead. Hello, kids. Like, Eric, I'm pretty sure Eric's. I was like, oh, he's dead after that cliff fall, but he's alive. Eric, and then if we're going with this pattern where everyone has their own like self story, then maybe. Ah, there you are. Your Majesty has been looking for you everywhere. You must remember me telling you that you had an important audience scheduled. It's almost time. Here and over to your throne to prepare yourself. Which one's mine? This one? You have no business in the Queen's throne. Get to yours. Okay, okay.
Huh? But...
I trust you are well, Father.
Eleanor, Erwin, it really is you. And you're young again. What's going on?
Your Majesty, please forgive my insolence in seeking a personal audience with you today. I come before you not as the head of the Princess's honor guard, but as my own man.
What? I mean, very well. State your business.
You see, the thing is, I wish to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage.
Erwin.
And though I am but a soldier, and all too aware of my own lowly position, nevertheless I must persist. For there is one thing of which I am certain. My sword arm is steadfast, and my heart unwavering. There is no man alive who will love, honor, and protect your daughter as I can.
Oh.
Your Majesty, I place my fate in your hands. Will you allow me to continue to serve and protect your daughter? Not as the head of her honor guard, but as her dutiful and loving husband.
Why now? You have the balls to ask me.
I can hardly turn you down after that little performance, can I, laddie? And to tell you the truth, I always had an inkling you two might one day be wed.
Oh, Father.
It's up to you now, Erwin. Don't disappoint me. You hear?
Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Huh? 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 Crivens! Where do you spring from, lassie? And where's everybody gone?
Did you enjoy your little trip down memory lane? Well, it's not over yet.
Aw, you can't toy with his heart like that. Aw, that's messed up. Aw, if I get to fight you, you're dead. Follow the girl out of the bunny. Out of the throne room. There you are, Lord Robert. I was hoping I might have the chance to speak with you about something before the child was born. Before the child was born? Well now, so it is the day of my grandson's birth, is it? Now there's the thing. Your Majesty? Sorry, lad. You were saying there's something you wanted to discuss. What's the child's name? I've been having trouble thinking of anything suitable. So much trouble that's been distracting me from everything else, to be honest. I was wondering if you might have seen your way to reprising your role as king for a wee while, so I can have some time. Really? Whatever. Thank you so much. You have not much to do, I promise. There are just 2 items on the agenda. The first is something you're more than used to. Receiving those who seek a royal audience, giving them counsel. The Chief Minister will be on hand to help you with the most pressing issues. The second is to make rounds of the castle and assist anyone who needs your aid. The idea of a king aiding his subjects directly was, of course, something you initiated during your reign. I'll be by the fountain downstairs. It's where I do my best thinking. Once you've taken care of today's business, please come and find me. I'm truly grateful for you to agree to this. Now I gotta go back here? Yeah. Alright. Now, let us commence with today's itinerary. As you know, your role is here to hear out who has come before you, and use your wisdom to give counsel as a representative of the Crown of Dungeon. Your Majesty, let me first express to you my gratitude for granting me this audience. I have traveled all the way from the kingdom of Sniffelheim to seek it. The matter I wish to bring to you today has been greatly exercising the ruler of my land. He is very much desirous to seek the counsel of the Crown of Dungeon, paragon of peace and prosperity. Go on. It regards a royal treasure that has been handed down from generation to generation of your royal line. It is known as the Blue Orb, and alas, it is vanished, presumed stolen. King Gustav has used every means at his disposal to try and identify the thief, and recover this most precious heirloom, but to no avail. However, A list of likely culprits has been identified. 4 to be precise. Sadly, there's insufficient evidence to conclusively identify the thief, and so we find ourselves at an impasse. So you need to whittle down your list of suspects, but you know clever means by which to do so. Alright, let's have a wee think. The first thing to do is to identify the likely motive. What reason might a person have to want to get their mitts on this blue orb? I would say for money. A treasure like that would bring in a pretty penny, I warn it. Aye, that'd be why the thief did it now. Next we'll consider the matter of means. You cannot just walk in off the street and help yourself to the pride of the royal treasure house. So what person could have done it? I mean, from when we went there, the place wasn't really heavily guarded. I mean, it was the queen who had it. If anything, I would have to say it's the person master disguise. Aye, that'd be it. The thief must have disguised himself as a guard, or such like, and strolled right on in without anyone looking at him twice, which leads me to conclude that our culprit is an experienced professional thief. Go back and line up your suspects. Tell them that the orb they stole was a fake, and that whoever took it must have been an amateur and fool. Any innocent party will surely see the funny side, but one person certainly will crack a smile, the veteran whose skills you called into question. A marvelous display of such deductive reasoning, your majesty. With your blessing, I shall return to Sniffelheim and inform King Gustav of your counsel. This is your final judgment of the matter, I take it? Yeah. The kingdom of Sniffelheim owes you a great debt, your majesty. I shall journey back to there immediately and share your shrewd insights with the king. The envoy from Sniffelheim hurries home, looking very pleased indeed. I must commend you on your wise counsel, Lord Robert. Your advice will doubtless lead to the unmasking of the rogue who stole the treasure. Shall we move on? Very good, your majesty. Then without further delay, let me present to you the next problem requiring your attention. The Sultan of Gallipolis salutes the mighty kingdom of Jundishil and all of its people, and sends this, a missive penned by his most exalted hand. Your Majesty, I trust that this message finds you well. Word of the continued, can't read it because I have an overlay, triumph and glories of your kingdom reaches us on a daily basis. In truth, I write seeking your counsel for this very reason. As you may know, the Sultan has suffered a prolonged heat wave. The land is parched, as we feared for this year's harvest. As a ruler of a realm of plenty, I beseech you, share us the secrets of your prosperity, that we might avert disaster. I await your reply, by the return of Ryder, your humble servant, the Sultan of Gallipolis. The message ends there. I do not wish to pressure you, your Majesty, but His Excellency of the Sultan was most desirous of a swift response. Ouch, sounds like they got themselves in a pretty pickle over there, eh? Well, I better see what I can do to help them, hadn't I? Drought prevention advice, eh? Can't say it's a problem we've ever faced over here, if I'm honest. Well, let's start with the picture, shall we? If I'm right to reply, I'll need to decide on the tone of the little first. I say we be a little stern. If they want a swift reply, they're gonna have to they're gonna need to be like this. That's probably the best way to go, hey? Now the tricky part. What to do in a drought? Let's weigh up the options. What to do in a drought? Even I don't even know what to do in a drought. If anything, you would want to conserve as much water as possible until you get the next rainy season. But you know, he came to us specifically because we're different. So let's think outside the box. Right, that's it. I got it. Quick, take this down before I forget it. My dear Sultan, I understand that your kingdom is at risk of a severe drought. But, put simply, there are limits to what one can do in such a situation. Might I suggest that you take a leaf out of the book of the tribes of ancient times? I speak, of course, of the sacred ritual of the rain dance. God. Only the chief of the tribe, you, in other words, may perform it. Belly dance for 3 days and 3 nights without rest and sustenance before the den of dragons. Then, and only then, might you be saved. That's the one. Get all that written up in your best fancy handwriting on one of those nice scrolls. A marvelous missive, your majesty, if you don't mind me saying. Now, just to confirm, you're happy you want me to write this down? I don't... No, I don't like it. No, a rain dance? I mean, yeah, magic exists, but would a rain dance really do such a thing? You know what? Screw it. Go for it. Excellent. We'll send it to Globalus with the writer right away. Now, shall we send in the next visitor? Not really, but okay. As I'm sure you're aware, there are pugilist tournaments held regularly in the town of Octagonia, where fighters from all 4 corners of the world compete to prove their worth. Naturally, there's no shortage of young hopefuls keen to represent Dungerzone in the next grand event of this kind. To that end, I wish to present you with our kingdom's 3 final candidates. Who better than a fighting man like yourself, Lord Robert, to assess their potential? If it pleases your majesty, could you step forward and pick one you think might be the champion in the making? I don't wanna. Alright. What do you say? Oh. He's not gonna tell me? Your pick is brimming with brute force. He can shred steel with his bare hands. You're picking me, are ya? Well, there's pure dude brilliant that is. If you won't regret it, my bones will, though. You're tough, okay, but what about you? Typically discerning choice, your majesty. This fellow is blessed with that rarest of fighting talents, luck. He made it through all of his qualifying bouts without conceding a round. I'm afraid I'm not exactly brimming with confidence, your majesty. But if you pick me, I'll cross my fingers really, really hard and hope for the best. So come on, what do you say? Okay. Interesting choice indeed, your majesty. This one's a real wild one, without a shred of decency or compassion for his fellow fighter. An animal who will stop at nothing to achieve victory. I can't bear to some of these people say about me. You know, I'm not that bad, honestly. So who you gonna choose, me or what? So we want a guy with luck. Although that is a good... having luck is always a good thing. But luck can always take you so far. If you put strength into the conversation, he can shred steel. I don't know how impressive that is, but steel is pretty dense. But does he have any combat I mean, he should have combat experience if he made it to the finals, but like, does he rely just on brute force, or does he have some sort of like martial arts? You go with the bear, on the other hand. This guy, he fighting. Anyone goes up to him, they're dead. but him being so big is also a bad thing too, because he's slow, but he could pack a punch. You know what? Let's go with the outlaw. I'm choosing you, buddy. That's great, your majesty. Just wait till I tell the cubs. Very well, your majesty. But are you certain you wish to put forth an animal without a shred or mercy to represent your kingdom? Oh. Yeah, why not? Actually, no. Let's go with you. You're picking me, are you? Yes. Maisie, I won't let you down, I promise. I'll tear those daft's wee knives limb from limb. Oh, can you speak properly? Marvelous work. Just carry your hard-hitting specimen forward. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go with the basic choice. This episode is longer than it should be. Happy to report that this concludes all your royal duties for today. Here in the throne room, at least. I believe King Arn mentioned that there may be troubled souls elsewhere in the castle. And says you stroll around the grounds? But before we part, now let me say that it was an absolute pleasure to witness you at work today. Truly, it's been far too long. Safe to say that your kingly judgment is sharp as it ever was. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Alright, so what do you mean by people need my help? Oh, you mean down here? It will be such a soul. Hello? Here's my chamber. He needs to jump. Looks like my old diary. Ever since the day I ceded the throne to young Erwin, the lad has poured his heart and soul into making Dungersville the greatest kingdom it could possibly be. He was never raised to his royalty, and I must admit, shared some of my subjects' doubts about whether or not he would truly suit for the role. But now I know I made the right choice. He soon gained their trust and respect. Mine as well. The entire nation is united behind him. My dear Eleanor has made a fine choice of a husband indeed, which means I can get on with enjoying my retirement. Oh, sweet. Hello, maid. Achoo! Forgive me, your majesty. The maid who brings your dinner dropped by a pot of pepper. I cannot stop sneezing. I just hope none of it drifts into the queen's room. I'm sure having a hard time. Why are they rooms separate? Weird. As I was saying, as I was saying before, for the next person we get, I'm hoping that it's possibly gonna be like both Serena and her sister. Probably like when she was before she got turned into a kid, so they're both like adults. But or they just might be separate like everyone else has been. Who knows? Alright. Lord Robert, your timing is almost uncanny. Just this second I managed to come up with the perfect name of my baby. Without you, I wouldn't have time to properly mull it over. You have no idea how much you have helped me. Since we both finished our business for the day, why don't we head back to the throne room? I didn't really help anyone.
Your Majesty, Lord Robert, the new arrival is here.
Already?
Congratulations, Your Majesty. It's a beautiful, bouncing baby boy.
A boy?
Look, Erwin.
Oh, he's a fine wee chappie. And what a set of lungs! We'd better hurry up and give him a name before he screams the place down.
Aye.
We were wondering what you thought about Erdrick.
Oh, it's beautiful. It sounds clever and brave and... yes. But I've rather set my heart on something else, you know? What do you think of this for a name?
Oh, well, it's nice, but it wouldn't exactly be my first choice.
Screw you two!
But if that's the name you've chosen, my love, then that's the name he shall have. Mighty Yggdrasil has blessed us with this beautiful boy. And from this day forth, he shall be known as...
I hate all of y'all.
Oh, Father.
Sorry about that, love.
Never mind that. Why don't you give your grandson a cuddle?
Hello, wee one. I'm your grandpa. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh.